Coming up, Disney has a monster weekend at the box office. Universal Orlando continues to aggressively transform itself. And the FAA is considering changing the rules regarding portable electronic devices on airplanes. Also this week, Kathy and Teresa have the next installment of their Getting Healthy for your Disney vacation series. All that coming up on this episode of the Diz Unplugged. This is the Diz Unplugged, episode 623 for the week of June 25th. The Diz Unplugged is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, specializing in helping you plan the perfect Disney World, Disneyland, and Disney Cruise Line vacations. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Coming to you live from the Bob Varley studio here in Orlando, Florida. I am your host, Dustin West. Joined at the table this week by my good friend Sean Thompson.
The birthday boy.
Yeah, Teresa ECHOLS. We also have Kathy Whirling.
Hi.
The lovely Julie Martin.
We're not lovely. What's that?
And the
He
lovely
always says
Craig
that.
Williams.
I guess there's no other way to describe me, which
all
kind
by
of makes me
himself.
feel like I have no brain.
No, no, that's not true. You're all lovely. And you're all my friends. At least I said you're my good friends. I was going to say my terrible friends earlier.
Yeah, that was mean.
Wow.
That was mean.
That was in the dress rehearsal.
Yes. Yeah. That's weird. Sean's camera is doing something weird. Anyway, this week we have a lot of cool stuff. But first, we have a few things in housekeeping. First and foremost, I want to wish a very happy 26th birthday. 25th? 26th?
26th.
26th birthday to Mr. Sean Thompson.
Thank you very much.
Yes, happy birthday.
26.
Yes.
26, born in 1989
You're old.
or something like that.
27.
Whatever.
I was the same age as
You're
my
good at
brother
math.
Jacob.
I'm great at math. I went to
Math
college.
is
7.
fun.
He made you younger. That was kind of nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is nice.
Yeah, you could be
Yes,
20.
so thank you everyone in chat for wishing me happy birthday.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Hello, chat. Are you signed in as yourself now?
Yeah, I'm just myself. There's no Diz.
There's no Diz on
Yeah.
chat. Sorry about that, guys. But Sean's there. He'll talk to you.
26. I'm still thinking about that. Wow.
Yeah. Those fun times, huh?
It was like a half a lifetime ago. Literally.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Well, before I get into housekeeping, does anybody have any housekeeping of their own? Anything worth mentioning?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Kathy was supposed to bring a flatty and she
We have no visual
Thanks.
aids.
No. First, let me apologize to Jason Wren. We were supposed to bring his. He had paid to be on the podcast as a flatty
Okay.
about 6 years ago, and we forgot him. So,
I think you need to refund his money.
no, we're going to do something special with him.
Yes.
And you have it all planned out, huh?
I'm sorry, Jason. It's Kathy's fault.
Oh, sorry, Jason.
No, it's my fault. So,
Okay. How's Flatties going?
flatties is kind of in a lull, but we're getting ready to kick it up again.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, make some new flatties.
Well, we've got a lot of travel coming up.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do something with the meets coming up.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I have some housekeeping regarding all of that. This weekend, we're going to be in New England for the New England Diz Meet, and that's happening June 26th through the 29th in Leominster, Massachusetts. You can go on the boards. There's a whole thread about that right there at the top of the Diz Unplugged boards. There's all the threads for the Give Kids the World meets around the country. But again, that's this weekend, June 26th through 29th. We're going to record our live show there, and live for the audience anyway, and then that'll be up next Tuesday. See our show from Massachusetts at the Diz Meet in New England. We also have a Diz Meet in Nova Scotia coming up. That starts August 10th, the weekend of August 10th. That's going to be fun. Nova Scotia. I have never been. You guys have been.
Yeah,
You guys
you're
had
going
fun?
this time, right?
Yeah. You guys had fun last
Oh
year?
my gosh, yeah, the best.
Yeah.
What happens in Nova Scotia stays in
Yep.
Nova Scotia.
I just don't want to
right.
eat that seaweed again.
You had seaweed?
The
dulse.
dulse.
You brought it back.
The dulse, yeah.
Yeah.
It's better when it's fresh. I had brought back.
Fresh from the ocean, you just go get it.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Is that a big thing in Nova Scotia?
You know, were you here?
No, I don't
They
remember.
brought back seaweed and
Yeah.
I had to taste it.
Freshly harvested.
Well, if you were here, I was here.
Yeah.
I think
You
I
just
must have
didn't eat it.
blanked it out of my
Yeah.
memory or something.
But no, it's a whole other culture up there. I love it.
Yeah.
They're so laid back, you know, and just chilled. We're going to have a good time.
Unless they're chasing you off of Anne of Green Gables Island.
Well, that was what, like Kathy said, what happens in Nova Scotia State, Nova Scotia, or Prince Edward Island.
You can make the tiniest little mistake of your life there.
I know.
Oh, no, she made a big one.
I did not.
I have pictures. You threw me under the bus. I'm going to throw you under the bus.
And bitter. We'll talk.
I should also mention before I go on. Yes, I'm hosting. I'm Dustin West. Pete Werner is. I forgot to do this. Pete Werner is having some back trouble, so he's just taking the day off and taking it easy. So he's just chilling out, and I'm hosting for the day. I thought I'd throw that in there. We hope he gets better and see him next week, hopefully. We also have another meet that I want to mention coming up in September, now that we're done talking about what doesn't happen in Nova Scotia. We have our Indianapolis Diz meets. It's happening September 7th, and I think this is the 5th annual Diz meet, and we're finally going to make it out there.
Oh.
Yeah.
You? Who?
At least I know
I think that
am.
we are trying to go to that one because we won't be in Nova Scotia.
Right.
Oh, you're not going to Nova Scotia?
Everyone announced that we were going to be there, but no one asked.
Okay.
It was just kind of
Surprise.
like, surprise, we're going
Guess
to
where
Canada.
you're going.
I'm like, well, probably not.
Yeah, but so you are going to Indianapolis, you think?
Corey and I said we would like to try to go to that one, yeah.
Okay. I know.
We'll try Canada maybe another time. It's a long flight for Ferris and Finley.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so that's September 7th, Indianapolis. A lot of cool Diz meets, and hopefully some flatties will finally make it along this time. Poor Jason.
Ouch.
Man.
I'm sorry, Kat.
Thanks, Teresa. I'll remember that.
Yeah.
No, it was actually me. I should have,
He's at home sitting on the desk.
he's,
Is he tweeting from your desk?
Yes.
probably.
Yeah.
At least he's not at my house. Klaus would be sitting on him.
Or Banana Fluffy Pants, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Or your monkey.
The monkey's gone, I'm sure.
No,
I
you
hope
took it
so.
inside.
I didn't touch the monkey.
For those of you who aren't following along with all the Facebook and the 5 minutes before the show, Teresa has a monkey problem in her yard.
Okay, a monkey came into my yard this morning and just kind of hopped on its way. It was like, and then 5 minutes later, I hear a guy out there yelling, Marco, Marco.
He was singing.
And I'm going, oh my God, the monkey's name is Marco. And he's like lost. Or the guy, he got out. But I hope he caught him, because then I got all upset and thinking, if I go outside, the monkey's going to attack me. But
Did you say polo?
I didn't. I wanted to really bad, Marco. But I just ran to my car with my little police stick and got in as quick as I could.
I mean, if he doesn't find him, he's going to get eaten. Panther, something's
The
going to
monkey
get him.
will? Well, the monkey, I'm more worried about the monkey attacking somebody.
Yeah. He's got thumbs, and can open doors and stuff.
They're opposable.
I don't trust monkeys. They are.
Can I open doors?
Probably. They got little thumbs. They're monkeys.
Is that true, Kathy?
Kathy's
What
the
do I
monkey
know?
expert.
It's like the velociraptors
I'm
in
the
Jurassic
Africa
Oh my
expert. I'm
God.
not
Yeah.
the monkey
This is
expert.
probably an Asian monkey. So it's
Okay.
not her
I don't know what it
realm
was.
of expertise.
It was a little monkey.
Yeah.
Like
Little drum
organ
playing.
grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
Did he have cymbals? He's clapping the
He did
cymbals
have
together.
Okay. It was real. It was real.
And see, she didn't even volunteer this for housekeeping. I had to bring it up.
My husband doubts it. But I told him to watch your back when you go to the backyard this afternoon,
It sounds like the plot to a bad sitcom episode.
Well, that's my house.
That's the name of it. That's my house.
See, I lost Klaus this morning. I found him in the pantry sitting there waiting for me to open the door back up. Put my phone in the freezer.
Special guest appearance by Marco the monkey.
Yeah, Marco flying through the yard. Okay, move on.
Okay, moving right along. We have one more item in housekeeping. Just want to mention the Disneyland version of our podcast. That's Tom Bell's show. He's the host of the Disneyland edition of the Diz Unplugged. You can go to dizunplugged.com. You can find the show notes and the links for all their shows. You can also subscribe on iTunes. It's a separate subscription. So if you're subscribed to our show on iTunes, make sure you search for them as well. It's a different feed. You definitely want to check those guys out. They put a lot of hard work into their Disneyland edition of the Diz Unplugged. So go to dizunplugged.com. Check out Tom Bell's wonderful show and all those other guys. A lot of great stuff happening.
And the rest.
And the
all
rest
those
of
other
the
guys, like
and all those
Gilligan
other guys.
and
I just mentioned Tom because he's the host, but of course,
Each one has its own importance.
each person there,
Yeah.
and I can't thank them all because then it'll be like the Oscars, and then
Yeah.
you'll forget
That's
somebody.
true.
And
Well, it's like me. I forgot Nancy Johnson when I did a Follow Friday on Twitter.
oh,
Whoops.
Sorry, Nancy.
Are
I
they
fixed
on
it.
Twitter?
Yeah, they are.
if you go to
need to follow them
disunplugged.com, you can listen to the Disneyland edition and hear Nancy Johnson's lovely voice, among others, who I don't want to forget.
Get anybody.
But yeah, check that out. Go to disunplugged.com. All right, we are done with housekeeping. We are going to move right along into news, and Mr. Sean Thompson is going to do the news for us.
Yes, I get to do the news. All right, so first story, Monsters University earns $82 million on opening weekend. After 2 releases that were met with mediocre reviews, Cars 2 and Brave, all eyes were on Disney Pixar's Monsters University as it opened on June 21st. While Cars 2 and Brave were financial successes at the box office, they were seen as possible weaknesses in the armor of Pixar. However, not only does Monsters University currently hold an A... I didn't write this, by the way.
No, I'm just thinking for Brave. I don't care about Cars 2.
I actually really liked Brave, so I don't know.
Me too.
I don't think this is a critical thing. I think this is more financial report
Yeah.
on their box office.
If you could go to my house and see all the Brave merchandise that I have, we are supporting it alone.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, John.
Monsters University currently holds an A rating on CinemaScore, but is expected to earn $82 million by the time all opening weekend receipts are totaled. In comparison, the original Monsters, Inc. earned $63 million over its opening weekend in 2001. But as EntertainmentWeekly.com notes, if the original installments total is adjusted for inflation, it would have earned $82 million. That figure becomes impressive because the popularity of the characters seemed to have held steady for the nearly 12 years. In claiming the top spot in the weekend box office, Monsters University became the 14th consecutive Pixar film to do so. In fact, all 14 Pixar titles, regardless of reviews, have been number 1 by the end of their opening weekend. Monsters University also now holds the distinction of the second best opening for a Pixar film after only Toy Story 3, which brought $110.3 million when it debuted in 2010.
Pixar cannot fail.
Yeah.
I mean, they're throwing in Brave and Cars 2 as comparison, the last 2 releases. I mean, those were still extremely successful movies. Whether you like them, critically or not, they were very successful. But as far as Pixar standards go, they were, bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I think Cars 2 was the first one to get a rotten rating on Rotten
Oh,
Tomatoes.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, my kids aren't fans of Cars 1 anyway, so I'm not wasting my time watching Cars 2.
It's not my favorite Pixar movie, but I do have a whole new appreciation of it after going to Cars Land.
Yeah,
that made a
sure.
huge difference for me. And I still haven't seen Cars 2. From what I understand, it's not as good as the original,
No,
but
it isn't.
I still want to see it.
Monsters University looks hilarious.
It's
I can't
amazing.
Wait to see it.
Yeah, we saw it opening night. and
I saw you
loved
were
it.
there.
Yeah.
Monsters University is one of my favorite Pixar movies to begin with. I thought it was.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
What did I say?
University.
Oh, I'm sorry. Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
The original one was one of my favorites to begin with. So I'm really excited to see this. I mean, yeah, John Goodman and Billy Crystal are
Yeah.
hilarious in those. I mean, they got a really great cast, and they've revived that cast. So I don't know. You guys have seen it. What were your
I think
initial
they did
thoughts?
a perfect job of telling the story of how. I mean, it's a prequel, so
Right.
it tells the story of how Mike and Sully met in their kind of time in college, leading up to how they got to Monsters Inc.
I'm sorry, Monster
it's-
College students is so exciting.
I know, it's really cool.
Yeah, no, the story's great.
When we went to Disney Studios on our trip recently, part of the Adventures by Disney, I mean, you couldn't walk 5 feet without seeing something for Monsters. Disneyland, Disney Studios,
marketing
Imagineering,
is
everything.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pushing it big time, and it's definitely going to do well. Continuing throughout its run, this weekend, of course, is huge. I'm glad. I'm glad that Pixar is able to do this, and I'm glad that they have a real success after the last two. That they have something really major.
Well, one of the best parts of it too is they put together a really good supporting cast. If you looked at pictures of all the actors who are in it, then you'd know them. But everyone else who contributed besides John Goodman and Billy Crystal, they actually did a fantastic job.
Well, yeah, Helen Mirren's in it, John Krasinski.
Yeah. Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And he's yelling. I'm sure he just yells and yells.
He's a crazy guy.
He is.
But
He's funny.
no,
That's awesome.
It was great. I enjoyed it.
Okay, so we should all go see Monsters University.
We're going to.
I'm
this
genuinely
weekend.
excited about it.
Yeah, it's part of the meet.
we're
Yeah.
part of our New England meet is a viewing of Monsters University. So
At 9 a.m.
Yeah,
At
I
9
won't be
a.m..
seeing it.
I didn't realize that.
I'm not seeing it without Ferris and Finley.
Just you don't have to tell.
And I'm not waking up at 9 a.m. to watch it.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
this is my chance to get to sleep past 7 a.m.
I'll be there. Unlike Julie.
Well, Good.
Well, good.
Good for
Maybe
you,
not. I
Mrs.
don't know. A monkey takes me down.
He'll be traveling in your suitcase.
She's gonna travel to Boston with a monkey bite. You just watch.
Okay, anyway, moving right along. Our next.
Oh, okay.
story.
Transformers opens at Universal Orlando. Universal Orlando debuted their newest attraction last week, Transformers: The Ride 3D, which could not have a longer title with different pieces of information in it. On hand for the grand opening was none other than Transformers executive producer Steven Spielberg. The $100 million attraction was first opened at Universal Studios Hollywood in April of 2010 and quickly became the park's biggest draw. All right, and Craig was at the grand opening and the party, so I think he has some information and maybe a video.
Yeah. Well, just to correct you first, it was opened in Singapore. Remember that one guy called me out on
I do remember
Facebook
that.
for getting
Yes.
it wrong?
I will tell the person that wrote this news story.
Was that me?
I don't know.
Was it taken from my blog?
Probably.
Okay, no. It opened in Singapore first, and then after that it opened up in Hollywood. But here's a little video from the opening weekend that I shot. So yeah, here it comes.
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
That's my name.
The level of technology and complications involved with the special effects and the CG of the film and the scale of the characters makes it really unique.
All right. So now we're moving on. Thank you.
Did you realize that Megatron had to instruct Optimus Prime how to take pictures?
Good job with Optimus! Good job with Optimus! Good job with Optimus!
Yes, copy that. I've just got word that our convoy is en route, ladies and gentlemen. The convoy is en route.
I think it's a must-do attraction at Universal because it's the scale, the size, the action, the technology, the story, everything blends together seamlessly. And so you come out and you just kind of go, wow, how'd they do that? So you go back on it again, you see things you didn't see the first time.
So yeah, that was just a little bit of the highlights from everything that happened this weekend.
That looked really good.
Yeah, it was really awesome. Corey and I were there for the entire event. It lasted 2 days. Among that, we also got to see some of the new Simpsons expansion that's coming up, and then a little bit of Cabana Bay, which looks amazing. It's going to be a great resort and hotel. But Transformers was the big thing by far. The biggest name they had there was Steven Spielberg.
I mean, they really rolled out the red carpet there. They had Steven Spielberg. They had, what was it, fighter jets going over and fireworks? That's intense.
Kelvin had told me, Kelvin had told me that they were practicing the fighter jets the day before at work, so he could hear.
We should have had a disclaimer like, put on your 3D glasses now.
Yeah. Yeah, if people couldn't figure out it was shot in 3D, or the actual ride's in 3D, judging from like so the video doesn't look great, but it's amazing to see if you're actually there. Yeah, it was incredible. And like Dustin and I both said, Steven Spielberg was there, and that was the first time I've ever actually seen him. Arguably, probably the biggest celebrity I've seen at any event so far.
He's the richest person you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yeah, he definitely is, and he was a very short person. I think that was the one thing I walked away from it all saying. He's just really
everybody's
tiny.
short next to you, though.
That's true. You are like 6'5" or something like that.
Yeah, but he was just really tiny. Like he couldn't have been more than.
And he was
5
being
feet.
chased by an 8-foot.
Yeah, standing
robot.
next to Optimus
Yeah.
Prime, he looked really small.
So that's like, excuse me, that's like somebody inside of that, right?
Optimus Prime and Megatron and Bumblebee. Yeah, those characters are actual actors.
Stilt walkers or whatever.
Yeah, whatever that costume is, they're elevated and.
It's pretty cool.
Super
those
cool.
guys are awesome.
It is cool.
Oh my god, I loved Transformers as a kid. Me and my brother, probably because of him that I liked them. But watched the cartoon.
Do they turn into little cars and drive around?
No, but as you saw in the video, they did bring out the cars as well. The Optimus Prime truck and Bumblebee.
That's pretty cool. Bumblebee.
He's a yellow Mustang, isn't he? Or
Sounds so menacing.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool that they had Frank Welker and Peter Cullen. Is that their names?
Yeah, they were also there.
The voice actors of Megatron and Optimus Prime.
but
Frank Welker is
so
actually...
funny to look at them and think that they're the voices of these big giant robots.
Frank Welker, if you've ever watched Futurama, he's a huge participant on Futurama. He does all the animal and alien voices and stuff like that. He also does a lot of the new Looney Tunes stuff.
The one cool thing, I've never actually seen Frank Welker before, so seeing him there, you could actually, if you looked at him and then look at Megatron, they used... I know Megatron was in it before, but they used a lot of his face and his characteristics in the Megatron that you see in the movies. They
Just
had
like
to.
Disney.
They look the same.
Dory looks like Ellen.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. But
it's cool.
No, it was awesome. They were walking down the red carpet and they were doing their voices for people. Unfortunately, it was really loud, so I didn't get anything really cool. But I mean, they sound exactly like they sound in the movies.
Yeah. Now this is in the Universal Studios Park. What area is that? What did it take place of?
It's kind of right behind where they have the stage set up, where they do all their concerts at.
Yeah.
Before that, it was... I don't even remember. Nothing's been there. I think it was Murder, She Wrote.
Wasn't it like... Whoa. But isn't it like there's a New York alley right in there behind it?
Kind
is that kind of where it is?
Yeah, there is a New York alley in there too, but
this is an all-new building. Whatever was there, they tore down and built a new building.
They literally started construction in May last year. They demolished the soundstage that was there before, and then they started construction in June, so they had it finished and opened in less than a year.
Man, they knocked it out then.
So wait, there was seriously a Murder, She Wrote attraction?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was it a
you're
dark
excited about that. It was a dark ride. Angela Lansbury takes you through, yes.
Why did they get rid of it?
He's going to be YouTubing it now, looking for videos.
Ride through videos, POV.
Craig, I hope you have a POV of that.
You know what? I have a feeling that I wasn't born.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, neither was I.
Actually, no. The park opened up in 1990 or 91.
Yeah,
so
you would have been.
I was
kicking.
born, but you know.
All right, I'll
that
Google
got you excited?
More than Transformers, yeah.
That's cool. Well, we can see definitely that Universal is definitely taking huge steps in upgrading their park experience. You know, we've got a Harry Potter expansion coming up. Of course, we had Harry Potter before, and now Transformers and all. They're just bringing in a lot of new stuff. So
they really are, and the Simpsons stuff that we got to see looked amazing. I mean, you're not going to feel as into it as you are in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, but it's definitely a big upgrade to the park. And then as soon as the expansion opens up next year, the park's going to be incredible.
I'm looking forward to it. All right.
Newsboy.
Okay. Our
Newsboys.
I'm a newsie.
Oh, he's a newsie.
Our last story, FAA to consider relaxing rules for devices on airplanes. According to a story in the New York Times, the FAA is reconsidering its ban on the use of portable electronic devices during takeoff and landing. The move comes as a working group assigned by the FAA to research the issue prepares to make its recommendations this fall. The group is expected to recommend that tablets and smartphones can be used during takeoff and landing, provided that the device is in data mode only, meaning no voice calls from your cell phone once the door closes. The panel is said to endorse a gate-to-gate policy, meaning that electronic devices could be used from the time you board the plane until you disembark, which is pretty much what everyone does anyway.
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
You shut
I
your phone
follow
all
the
way.
rule. Hello, it's a rule.
Oh, yeah, I do it too.
We all do it. We all shut
I know
our
Corey
phones.
doesn't.
Issue. It's not a safety
Yeah, I
issue.
thought it was a safety
That's what
issue
they
too.
used to say.
What they were worried about in this article, taking off, not so much, but landing, having any kind of electronical interference with the landing procedure and the electronic equipment inside the plane during landing. If they end up passing this, it's a possibility that it could be only for the takeoff, but not for landing.
I don't want either. Don't be interfering with my takeoff or my landing. I don't want to.
I'm kind of with that too.
I think that this is kind of like, are these electronics really interfering? Is me playing my iPod during takeoff really interfering with the?
Well, you know what? I don't want to be on the plane that finds out that it does interfere.
Well, they've I don't know if it says it in that article, but a lot of the pilots and stuff now bring their iPads, and they're using it constantly, so they can't say that it interferes.
Or what?
What are they doing with their? Are they like playing Candy Crush or what?
I think that they carry a manual, and I think some of them have their manual on their iPad.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is, like, on a lot of planes, I don't know if you've ever seen it, where they make you open the window shades when you're landing because they want everybody to be aware if something should happen as you're going in. So I think they're trying to.
So what? We could do what?
You just don't want distractions. So.
Yes, they want everybody to be aware that now you're landing. If something were to happen,
Brace
you
yourself.
could.
If there's a colonial woman on the wing turning butter.
There's a colonial woman on the wing. I had a dream.
The plane went down. You were in it.
What is that? Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
Great
So
movie.
I'm thinking they're trying to turn it around and take the heat off of everybody and just say it's more for safety rather than it cause problems with the electronics.
Okay. I do know that if this were to go into effect, that obviously they would want you to put your phones, especially into airplane mode, but you'd still be able to access Wi-Fi. The hope would be that, from the minute you sit down in the plane, you'd have Wi-Fi access if you have the subscription to like GoGo In-Flight or what other service they use. And
that's important.
Yeah, you'd be able to have it the whole shebang until you land. So you never disconnect, even on a plane.
That's sort of sad though, because that was like your time to sort of like unwind a little bit
And read Sky Mall.
Yeah.
Which
instead
is
of like
hilarious.
trying to do your work while you're on the plane. I think you should be allowed to have that time while you're flying to just read the magazines, watch the movie, not do your work.
Yeah.
I just wish people could just set things down for a while, your electronic gadgets. It annoys me to no end. I mean, like, I'm on my phone, but I take the time and I put it away, and participate in my life.
I don't.
Sean.
No,
That's directed directly towards
no,
me. I know.
No, it's not. Towards anyone who just can't get off their phone.
But this is important. If this goes through, it's really going to change the way we all fly. With those regulations, I don't know if it's. I'm not exactly sure when those regulations went into place. I do know that at some point you were able to listen to your Walkman or your Discman while you were taking off, and I don't know if
Walkman or your Discman.
Yeah,
that's back what
Pulled
you
out my reel to reel.
Yeah.
No, I think back in the day, it's like they hadn't done enough research, and it was easier for them to say,
don't.
I know that there were some tests that in some of the cabling that wasn't shielded, accurate, good enough that they would get some interference.
Okay.
But I think it was just easier for them to say you can't do it because it may cause problems and not have to worry about it.
Well, that would make me stop though, and that'd be fine. I mean,
But there's a lot of people, and I think, having been a frequent flyer for most people get on the plane and figure they've heard it all and done it all, or maybe now that they let you do this, maybe you'll take that moment to listen to their announcement and do things instead of trying to get on to what you think you need to do.
Well, the TSA is allowing hockey sticks on planes now, and now we can possibly use
Play
our
in the
phones.
aisle.
Yeah. So what's next?
Game on. Sorry.
It's a slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope with those hockey sticks and
were they not
lacrosse
allowed
sticks.
at one time?
That was a news story a little while back
Yeah.
where you're able to bring your sports sticks on board as a carry-on.
Good. I was planning on
But
bringing
hockey
mine.
sticks wouldn't fit in an overhead bin.
No.
Aren't they much bigger?
You have to lay them down below the seat and the person in front of you. It's weird, but we've seen a lot of new regulations coming through. I think it's been long enough since the advent of cellular telephones and since 9/11 that things are starting to change after 10 or 11 years with all these that intense period in time when it came to travel safety. I think things are kind of simmering down at this point.
That's when something bad happens again. Okay, I'm done.
That's just my opinion on
Yeah.
it. That's why I think this is happening. All right.
Sorry, I'm having a Sky Mall
That's it for the
conversation.
news, right?
Is that it for the news?
That was 3.
That is 3.
Yes.
Hey, we did all 3
I'm
news
done.
stories. Sean's done. We're done. Goodbye. Okay, thanks. No, so I do believe we can move right into rapid fire. Where bored-looking Teresa will start
fine.
first. I'm
I
just
gotta
kidding.
go first?
No,
No,
I'm
don't
just
make me
kidding.
go first.
Oh,
Sean.
no, I'm going first. Oh, I'm not done.
Oh, it's already.
Yay. All right. So accessories for the Magic Bands have been revealed, and they are now on sale at certain resorts. I think they are available at both Animal Kingdom Lodge, at the Jumbo House, and Contemporary Resort. Mm-hmm. And there's basically like 3 types of accessories you can buy. So they have the cover bands, which are kind of like fabric, covers that just go onto the...
They literally go over the whole band.
Like a little
over
slip
the whole
cover?
band. Yeah, like a slip cover. And they're like $7 a piece.
Okay, these are ugly.
Well, you have to get all 3 and make it the gaudiest thing you've ever seen. No, I'm kidding. They're adorable. See, those are cover bands. And then there's also magic sliders, which are kind of like a watch face that slides over and just stays in the middle of it to cover up the Mickey head that you have to touch to things.
Okay.
So
What's the purpose?
To make it look more like a watch?
To sell them.
Yeah, so if you see in that picture, the Mickey Mouse one on the left, that is one of the sliders.
Oh.
Yeah.
It actually looks like his head is where Mickey's body should have a
Exactly, and they have different characters of those. And then the last thing I think are called magic bits. And those are like
Magic
gibbets for
bits.
Crocs. They go into the holes of like the extra unused
naughty
holes
bits,
of the
little
magic
naughty
bands.
bits.
Oh, come on.
Let me get through this.
Okay, good.
No way. So you can have Muppet heads on your hand.
Exactly. So they have different characters, and they come in like packs of 3.
Oh, that's okay. I see it. So
Yeah,
I wonder
so those are
if little Croc things would fit in there too.
I don't think so. No. Those holes are too big. These are tiny little things, and I think they lock somehow.
This is just the beginning.
So you can spend like $30 to get this custom magic band.
This is only the
I'm gonna
beginning.
make my own little line.
I don't want one.
No, I don't need it.
I'll just
I
use
don't.
mine.
I don't have one
They have
either.
cards.
Yeah, I have a card.
is
There's always the option. As far as I know, it's mainly just cast members testing right now, but there are some guests that are testing. I think there's even some threads on the boards
About magic bands?
of people, guests, testing
Testing
them.
these little.
But this stuff is out in stores now.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
I mean, Disney's going to sell it as soon as they can.
Yeah.
They're not going to wait. So
You have to be asked to be in the test in case somebody decides they want to volunteer. Disney has to pick you. You don't pick Disney.
yeah, so don't call them up trying to do it. It's not going to happen
Just
that way.
wait.
call 1-800-MAGIC-BANDS to get your trial offer now.
It's too many numbers.
It is. That's way too many.
It's a European
Somebody
number.
tries to call it.
No, those are cool though. I mean,
Do you really think so?
At least you can customize it,
Or are you just
especially for
saying
kids.
that?
No, I think it's good.
I think it's what definitely.
I wouldn't
more
go for all
kids.
3 of it. I think that's way too much. I don't think
Yeah.
you'd want to pay that much money to get this kind of...
Oh, you can bling it all out with all the things.
And actually, in the photos, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, you have the cover band, you have the magic bits, you've got all that stuff.
I mean, you could also
Magic
take
bits. Will you stop saying that?
I don't know if that's right or not.
You could also take it to
doubting
the kiosk in the mall and have it bedazzled if you really wanted to.
Yeah, where's the bling? I mean, that's just kind of.
Oh, yeah. So you can have characters.
What the heck is that?
You were the second person to swear. You're the only person, but second
Oh
time.
yes, she
When
is.
did I swear?
Oh, a long
I
time
beeped
ago.
it out. I remember I had to go into the audio show.
Did you say something just then?
I don't think
It was a whisper. It was,
Okay,
whisper.
good. All right. So
Only
you
meant
can-
for
for Sean's birthday ears.
Yes.
Mama's cussing. I'm sorry.
Well, this is weird.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you talking about your bits. Right on to Teresa.
What? Oh, my rapid fire.
Yes.
No.
Oh,
Actually, I think it's Kathy.
oh, it's Kathy.
Is it? Well, which one's next?
I don't know.
I'm ready.
There's Teresa.
All right, Teresa, go ahead.
Teresa.
What? What does this say?
This is your rapid fire.
Cut to the slide.
Put that in there.
It says
Slow down.
slow down. Go ahead.
Okay, I drove to Georgia and back yesterday, and when I came back into Florida, the cops were waiting to pick up, slow people down and stop them coming from other states. And I did see, I'm going to assume it was a family that had been in a car accident, all their luggage on top.
Oh.
I mean, just slow down. Don't take your time. We're going to be here when you get here. And it just kind of, their cops were everywhere.
Well, we actually have an official quote from you, Teresa. It says, "Slow down and pay attention. Walt Disney World will be here waiting!" Exclamation point.
That was a text
LOL.
message
That
to
was
you.
a direct text message that I
Oh,
posted.
to you? I took that right off my text. I thought you were going to put a picture of a
Tilde
police
Teresa
car or
Eccles.
something.
Oh, no.
And didn't John and Kevin, as they were tweeting their way up the coast, say one of the states they were in?
They said Virginia. It was
Yeah.
like a big speed trap.
Yeah.
Oh, always.
Yeah,
Georgia
always.
was too, but it really hit me when I come back into Florida. And, people just, they want to get here as quick as they can. And you know.
You don't want to start your vacation off with
No.
an accident or a ticket.
Or a ticket. So, you know, just
dampens the mood.
It does.
Are you talking about 75 south?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anytime we drive to Louisiana, that's one of the
And they're
roads
just
that are
waiting.
the worst.
Yeah, so
For those of you driving to Disney World, take a chill pill.
just chill. We're here, baby. We're not going anywhere. Right? I mean, I don't know. And if I'm on the road, just get over so let me go faster so I can get home. No, it was cool. So. Sean, you're supposed to take my text message and.
What was I supposed to put a
I thought
picture
you were
of?
going to put a picture of a
I
little
think
police
it's
car or
cute.
something.
Because I have so many of those available.
I don't know. You know,
Well,
policeman holding his finger. I didn't know.
Better than quoting the next text message was, "Get this monkey out of here."
I chose the right text message.
Holy crap! There's a monkey
Put the
in my
cops
yard.
logo up there.
Yeah, really. Help me! There's a monkey in my yard.
Okay.
All right, that's mine. Move
Thank you, Teresa. Who's next? Who do we have?
Kathy?
Oh, it's my turn.
Yes, Kathy.
Okay. I don't have any cute little saying. Mine's just about the rehabs at Disney.
Okay.
I update them once a week, but the one I thought that stood out to me is they're doing Space Mountain in September.
Space Mountain?
Space Mountain.
She's Italian.
I'm sorry. You didn't sound like Mario, but I'm sorry.
Okay.
I apologize, Kathy.
But anyway, they're closing it three weeks in a row for several days during the week. So it's closed 9/3 to 9/5, 9/10 to 9/12, and 9/23 to 9/26. So that's a different way of doing a rehab.
That scares me.
Are there days open in there, or is that just
Yes,
one long?
yes, it's open
Okay, yeah.
in between them.
I'm not going to write it until after the rehab is totally
Right.
over.
Apparently, they're
It was just rehab. Wasn't it just done?
apparently, according to the Diz, they're putting trim brakes on the car so they can slow the cars down.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So if you go in between those dates, some of them won't have brakes.
Correct. Or
Okay.
They'll be going a little bit faster. But, I would just, my PSA, if Teresa's giving out her words of wisdom, is check the rehab list before you go to Disney because, there
don't want
might be one of your favorite attractions down. And if you have kids that you've psyched up that they want to go on something and then you find out it's closed, it's a little easier to run interference before you get there and say, hey, let's go here instead. So,
Dang.
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it? The way they're doing it?
Mm-hmm.
3 days at a time.
But what happens on the days they're open?
then you go faster, I guess.
You get wet paint all over you, apparently.
Or maybe they do.
Really?
Maybe they don't have all the cars running. I don't know. I haven't seen details of why they're doing it this way.
That's interesting. I don't ride that ride anyway, so it won't affect my life.
Yeah.
but
No, I don't like that ride.
I know we were riding together, and it was scary.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I would not define that right as scary, but okay.
Yes, I was gripping my sunglasses so hard I broke them in
She
half.
snapped them in
Oh
half.
my gosh.
Wow.
I hope they weren't expensive.
No, they weren't, but it was just,
And yes, I cussed on the ride. too.
oh, she did a lot.
Yeah, I felt bad for the little girl behind me.
Aw.
Jeff Alves actually says that the brakes go on the track, not the cars.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me feel any
the
better,
brakes-
though.
They're
brakes are
just
on the track.
doing it progressively.
So all the cars won't have brakes
Great.
instead of just one. Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you, Kathy. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Julie.
Okay. Dream Cars Weekend is coming August 30th through September 2nd of this year at the Coronado Springs Resort. What's going to happen is they're going to fill the grounds of the resort with collector and custom cars. There'll be entertainment, gourmet food, automotive exhibitors, and custom professional car builders. Themed nightly parties, including a vintage underground speakeasy, which I think sounds really fun.
That's pretty cool.
You can dress up like the 1920s or something.
Yeah.
It's also going to have live rockabilly music.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to say something.
Yes.
The date. Look at the date.
Okay, well, thanks for bringing this up.
That's not right.
Yes, I
Okay, I
realize that now.
That's Car Masters weekend.
Yes.
Not
Okay.
This is
Dream Car.
I'm talking about Dream Cars Weekend.
Okay. Well, I
Just blame the person that made the slide. Why don't you?
Teresa's in a mood today. She's throwing everybody under the bus.
Well, I'm not the only one probably going, oh, that's something's not right. I'm looking.
Good catch, Teresa.
I just, I got my eyes open.
Also, the pictures from the Virgin Megastore ride maker is not the.
Yeah. And
While we're pointing out all the mistakes.
I was at the Car Masters weekend at Downtown Disney. It was really cool, but it did happen last week.
Yes.
So.
They're also going to have a poolside luau with a steel drum band and a 1950s diner breakfast.
Oh,
It's
I like
free
that.
for spectators, but party event tickets will be sold separately. And the Grand National Show of the Mustang Club of America is also going to be held this same weekend, but it's going to be at the Speedway. So you have 2 different car events going on that
Choices.
weekend.
It's going to be fun.
If you're into cars, it sounds really fun. I like to go just to look at all the pretty old cars.
Yeah. And the
I think it sounds
speakeasy.
fun. I know.
That sounds awesome.
But who's going to pick me up and drive me home?
Who's going to drive you home? Had to get a song in there somewhere.
All right.
That's cool.
Glad it wasn't me.
Freak show here.
I'll check that out.
This is weird.
They are never going to let the 5 of us record or the 6 of us
know.
record again.
It's like no adults at the table, but there are.
Speak for yourself.
I'm sorry, Pete.
Oh. Do you have a rapid fire, Dustin?
I do, but I'm going to shoot it over to Craig first. As I point at him with my sunglasses.
So mine is about the Bippity Boppity Boutique and the Pirates League. At Bippity Boppity Boutique, you can now be Sophia the First. And
Good.
At the Pirates League, you can now be Jake and the Neverland Pirates, or probably just Jake.
There's Jake, there's
Just
Tubby,
Jake.
and there's Izzy.
You know more about it than I do.
So cute.
Yeah.
Cutesy.
Oh, very cute.
Yeah.
And I
So-
think that's great they're including Sophia. She has a beautiful dress.
So they're getting away from the more traditional Pirates and Princess and going for the Disney Junior stuff.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool for the really young ones.
I think it's going to be good.
Finley would be delighted to dress up as Jake or Izzy.
Is Izzy the mermaid?
No, she's the girl pirate.
Oh, okay.
She's the one who carries the pixie dust.
There's some
okay,
mermaid
I
or
watched way too much Disney.
Yeah, really.
You got Disney Junior on loop.
She told me today. She came in and she was wearing Mickey ears and ladybug wings and her underwear. That's it. And she said, "Mom, I'm a ladybug, but I can't fly." I said, "Well, no, babe, you can't fly. You're a person." And she said, "I need picky dust."
Picky dust.
Picky dust. I would have said, no, you can't fly. Not without pants on. Sorry. It's just not
Picky dust.
appropriate.
Enjoy it. Mom, I can't fly. I need money.
That's the next step, right?
That's the next step.
Well, thank you, Mr. Craig.
Yep.
I do have a rapid fire, and it's about California Grill getting a new beverage menu when they open, finally. Plans are in motion for a whole new menu of beverages at the soon-to-reopen California Grill at the Contemporary. They've got a whole new wine list. Some of their favorites were a Zinfandel from an organic Napa vineyard. Tres Sabores is a Chardonnay from the Heights Cellars. And all of that is from California. In fact, 72% of their new wines are going to be from California. And it'll offer 250 wines. And as soon as you walk in the door, I mean, you're going to just be introduced with this giant wine cellar at California Grill. They're also going to be adding new additions to their sushi menu. It's been expanded, and new sakis are going to be introduced as well. 8 varieties of craft beer will also be offered.
Oh, nice.
So I'm excited for whenever California Grill is going to open.
I know.
I know they're putting a lot of work into that, and seems like I know it's a huge fan favorite. It had kind of a cult following, at least on the boards. That was one of those restaurants where everybody had to go. They had their favorite thing there, but it looks like they're making interesting changes, especially with the wine. A display case of 1,600 wine bottles on stage, climate controlled, state of the art cabinet that you come across. So that's going to be really cool. Going to keep an eye out for when California Grill opens. It's going to be cool. That's my rapid fire. And I think that's everybody's rapid fires. So, we have one more thing before we close out the show. Teresa, you're getting a new car.
Wow.
she's looking at me.
Dustin's turning into Oprah.
And you get a car. And you get a car.
What the heck? What else we got here? Okay, tell us.
No, you're looking at me like, oh God, what is this?
I know. I'm thinking, where's he going?
It's just it's our show closer. This week we are going to do Where in the World, and we have a brand new photo. And there it is. For those of you watching live, you can see our photo, Where in the World. It's a nice detailed shot. We want to get some answers from you guys. Where you think in the world, Walt Disney World Resort, anywhere on property that this could be. For the person that gets it right, you're going to be randomly selected out of everybody that gets it right. We get a $50 Disney gift card. All you have to do is email podcast@disunplugged.com with the subject, Where in the World. and submit that by Monday, July 1st. We want to, in your body of your email, just be as specific as possible where you think this is. The more specific, the better odds you have.
What if there's more than one of them, wherever it is?
Randomly selected.
I'm guessing there is
more than one of these.
The light.
I'm imagining there's several different lights like that in this particular location.
Yeah.
But give us the location that you think it is. Be specific in your email.
This one's actually really hard.
Yeah.
And which pole it's on. No.
Right. Tell me the exact
exactly.
geographic location. Coordinates, please. Email us, podcast@disunplugged.com. If you're not watching live, we're going to have this photo in our show notes, a link to that on our show notes so you can participate. Again, podcast@disunplugged.com with the subject, Where in the World? Let us know where this is by Monday, July 1st. And you could be randomly selected out of the winners, or the people that got it right, to get a $50
Or the people that got it.
Disney gift card. Yeah, they're not all going to be winners. Multiple people will get it right. One will be chosen. Where in the world? All right.
I'd rather have a car, but okay.
No car for you.
You get a car, and you get a car.
No car for you.
I do feel a little like Oprah. All right. Well, I do believe that's it. That's going to do it for our show this week. Make sure you stick around because...
I think that's tweetable.
What?
I do feel a little like Oprah.
Make sure you stick around for Kathy and Teresa's segment on staying healthy at the theme parks. Thank you, everyone. We certainly hope you folks enjoyed it, and we'll see you for the next edition of the Diz Unplugged. Have a great week, everybody. Stick around.